The dangerous lie we've been told about love. And there's an idea out there that most of us have heard our entire lives. The idea is repeated in movies and television and books and songs. That idea that somewhere out there, there's another person who will complete us, someone who will make us whole, someone who will finally give our life meaning, someone who will fix what feels broken inside or feel like, what we're missing. But I'm going to be asking the question, a very difficult question is, what if we've misunderstood love this entire time? What if one of the most popular messages in modern culture is actually creating very unhealthy relationships? And what if the goal of love was never to find someone to complete you? What if the goal was to become complete enough that you can genuinely share your life with another person? Because the truth is, many people aren't entering relationships from a place of strength in their life. They're entering relationships from a place of searching for identity, searching for a purpose, or it could be validation, or simply just to belong, you know. And then when we ask another person to provide all those things, we place a weight on the relationship, that really no relationship was ever, I believe, was designed to carry. So if you first think about how often, you've heard the phrase, you complete me, most people immediately recognize it. Um, two incomplete people finding each other, two halves becoming whole, a missing puzzle piece, finally coming together as one. Such a common story that we rarely stop to ask whether that's even healthy. Imagine for a moment that you know, someone who truly believes they're incomplete, that they are missing something essential, that they cannot be happy alone, that they cannot be fulfilled alone, and that they cannot find purpose on their own. Now imagine that person enters a relationship. It becomes a necessity. And that's where the problems begin. Because if another person becomes responsible for your happiness, what happens when they end up disappointing you? It's going to happen in no matter what relationship. Trust me. If another person becomes responsible for your self worth, what happens when they criticize you? If another person becomes responsible for your identity, what happens if things don't work out and they ultimately leave? The relationship becomes fragile because it is carrying far more weight than it was ever designed to hold.